All right, y'all. I am back. Y'all know y'all love my bathtub vlogs. Oh my God. This bath is my sanctuary right now. Oh my goodness. Sometimes I wonder why God. I want to answer the question, should you or can you forgive people that attack you while under possession? Should you or can you is the question of the day. And guys, okay, so to people that are out there, I'm usually up this late anyway. I always stay up this late. I'm usually up until about 7 or 8 o'clock in the morning. I'm glad that I was up tonight. And I just needed to take a bath before I took myself to sleep because I'm so sleepy. But my body is like in, I don't want to say fight mode, but I'm just up. And I needed to cleanse myself. So I think that forgiving a man is a lot easier than forgiving your parents. You know what I'm saying? Because we expect our parents to do the right thing. We can expect another person, but parents, when they, do certain stuff, it can be a lot more difficult to forgive. But for me, I feel like this. There's a lot of people that I've dealt with in the past that I'm moving on from. Okay. Oh, goodness. That feels good. There's a lot of people in the past that I am moving on from. And, that's the whole point of it all, right? Hmm. When the narc demon is attacking love interest, that means that it's attacking your heart chakra. And when it realized that it couldn't attack my children anymore, then it decided to go a little bit further. But nothing is like somebody attacking your kids, okay? That's like a whole other ball game when you're dealing with that. I feel like words don't hurt people. I think that demons have been able to destroy lots of relationships with words. If a romantic interest turned against me and did something to harm me, I think that I would have the ability to forgive, but the romantic capacity would probably go away. And then when you have somebody doing things like that, especially when the relationship really has not flourished or anything, which I'm actually glad because, guys, I'm going to tell you something. Every single connection that I've had with any man, that damn demon always attacks. It always does. I've never met a man that was strong enough or spiritually advanced enough to not do it, to, stick by me. Um, I I guess that's why you're supposed to have a relationship with God. You know, some of these people that, claim that they're God really need to get it together. I wouldn't do somebody like that. I wouldn't, but that's because I'm very blessed. Demons cannot possess me like that. I've actually had it happen a couple of times, but here lately, I have been advancing in my spiritual powers. I have no need to do that. What I hate is that that demon will take over love interests. And when it goes, usually the man will expect the relationship back. Usually they do. And it seems like every single male that I have dealt with, and this is not a coincidence, it's not a coincidence, but it seems like every single male that I've dealt with has betrayed me, okay? And then for the rest of his life, or at least for an extended amount of time, there's a great deal of stalking that ends up happening. And so I'm hoping that this is not what happens in this case. I doubt it very seriously. It's all a part of the spiritual war. I like to go with the flow. If something is truly done and over with a man, I like to wait and see what's coming next. Because I sure have lost about 10 or 15 pounds, and I could tell because it was a bunch of men trying to get with me, today. I was like, dang. So, but for me, I don't hold on to anger. There's a lot of people that probably come on here and cuss and scream and do all that. I ain't gonna do that. I ain't about to be nobody's robot. You can't program me. I'm so bad. So I don't play those games. Those are the spiritual games that Jamila does not play anymore. But it seems like that demon would always have the same script. It was never believable. it was it was never believable. It's always very outlandish, something that really has nothing to do with my subconscious fears. I don't have a fear of everybody hating me. I don't have a fear of people disliking me. I could give a damn less if folks dislike me. That's just how I am, y'all. To be honest with you, most of the people that are in my life actually do have a lot of love and admiration for me. But the problem is that, they just couldn't really deal with their demons or deal with the demons. I'm gonna do some spiritual research. I cannot wait till I'm out of this tub because I'm almost done in this tub. I'm gonna clean it all off. But I'm gonna find out like exactly what this is about and why does it involve my parents. But I will tell you that I'm no contact with both of my parents. And I'm really looking for somebody to come and work at Divine Services with me. And if you have that kind of spiritual background to where you've had issues with your parents, or either narcissistic parents, or either very satanic, weird, evil families. Then you have to be able to be no contact with those people. You really do. Sometimes it's necessary. Some people, and but you know what? What I am hoping and praying for, and I will be saying some prayers and affirmations before I go to bed, is that now that the upset, because that candle ain't even done working, y'all. It's still got about 2 or 3 more days to go on it, and it's burning slow. It's not easy when you have people either in your family or either people that are close to you that are obsessed with you. That's not normal. You're not supposed to have those types of things, you know? You're not. So what I'm hoping is that damn thing stops afflicting the family members, because that's real sad, y'all. There's so many people that are at a state of emergency when it comes to spirits and stuff, and when it comes to their spirits and what's going on. Somebody that would assist a grandmother in abusing her child and her grandchildren. One of the reasons why my sons were attacked is because they are here with me. And so, you know, I'm not going to go and take revenge out on people. I'm not going to do no stupid stuff like that, because I can assure you that losing me is a loss. So you do what you got to do, and I do what I got to do. Oh, y'all, this bath feels so good. Hold on, y'all, I gotta dump my head. I'm not even gonna lie to you though. I do feel like the man for me is not gonna be somebody that is weak enough to fall under that entrapment. You know, that's one thing that I will know. And just to let you guys know, those people were really trying to kill me last night. Hilarious. I'm sorry, I don't mean to be mean and I don't mean to be dismissive, but it was really the dumbest thing that I had ever seen in my life. For some reason, they thought that I was gonna get all bent out of shape, and sad or heartbroken and all this stuff. It's like, hon, let me tell you something. If it's one thing that I am, is that I am used to dealing with this kind of negative energy from so-called family. And y'all, I'm just here to tell you that the last time my family members attacked me, there was a lot of deaths in the family. I didn't do it. I had nothing to do with it. But, you know, a lot of people, for example, my mother. Last time my mother did me dirty, and she's just never going to be right. We just going to go ahead and chalk that up as a loss. Okay, my mother's dead. My mama's dead. Okay. But when she's done things like this before, she's had nothing but horrible bad luck. And I saw in the cards that a lot of these people are having bad luck, suffering from losses of jobs, sicknesses, illnesses, and these are things that they have bestowed upon themselves. You know? So, of course, the child of a narcissist, everything that happens is the child's fault. So, we know my mother's handiwork was on that. Okay. Because you can even hear one of the females told me that your mother should have aborted you and all that stuff. And, for me, I wouldn't deal with no woman that talks like that, but there's a lot of men out there that are, they, they think it's cute. I would never ever deal with a person that speaks that way. I mean, you got to admit how disgusting that is. Whenever people are speaking death to you and things like that, that could possibly mean that they are getting ready to have death bestowed upon them. You know what I'm saying? Because first of all, I ain't never did nothing to her. I ain't never did nothing to my mama, and I ain't never did nothing to none of those people. So the only person that can judge me is God. And, obviously God has chosen, who is the blessed and highly favored. That's very obvious. But how do you forgive? Like, should you forgive? Would I actually be able to forgive this guy for what he did? It was really disgusting. And you could tell that he had no respect for me, for my womb, because my mother is a complete idiot who doesn't have respect for herself. That's why they always bring up your mama. They don't bring up your mama because they want to hurt your feelings. They bring up your mama because they want you to know who they've been talking to and who they have been commingling with. Now, I'm going to tell you that every man that I deal with has got to face my judgment. Because I don't care if it's my mama, I don't care who it is. You don't disrespect me in that way. So anybody I deal with, we can talk about what's in the spirit realm and what's going on behind. You're going to have to pay for that. You're going to have to deal with that. You're going to have to deal with those evil words that you said, the way that you talk to me, and I can promise you that there's going to be a great deal of guilt and regret, heavily. If I did that to somebody, I would feel like a piece of dirt. I'm just keeping it real with y'all. There's no way I would ever do that. Ever. Not even to my mama. And I don't like her. I do not like my mother. I don't like the things that she does. She's not allowed to see her grandchildren. She's very toxic. And, that's what y'all know. Yeah, that's what y'all saw. The most powerful thing you can do is love somebody. It takes a coward. A lot of people that are evil, when they set up evil stuff to do, it takes a coward to do those kind of cowardly deeds. It takes a very strong person to stand up. Okay? So, and it just is what it is. I don't know why my mother stalks me. I have no fucking idea. Look at a draw. It sucks, but I can promise you that I'm not alone, because even Mike Mills has a narcissistic. His mother's narcissistic. His ex-wife. He ain't married. That's his ex-wife. From what he told me, and you can just tell. Because if somebody's in a happy marriage, they're not going to be online cussing out the black sector for 5 years. If your wife was all that, or if your ex-wife was all that, which he claims that he divorced her in 2013 or whenever, I think he said 2016. If she's all that, why you online confused? That's not no that's not no that's in fact, it's obvious that this person is surrounded by handlers and enemies. They'll learn though. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink, and that's the truth. People have to find out in their own time. And I am an extremely forgiving and compassionate person. Will I ever be able to look at that person as a romantic love interest again? I'm not going to answer that question right now because I don't have to. It's crazy when evil people that are doing evil stuff are judging you. That is hilarious. These people are so lost, y'all. They lost. They are so lost. And even though we did a lot of banishings yesterday, they still gonna be lost. God. Literally latched on to me, thinking because they talked to my mama that they got some kind of God, grow up. But am I 42 or 14? Which one am I? And my narcissistic mother is gonna have to grow up. That's who's gonna have to grow up. But I think my mother's dead. I'm gonna keep it real with you guys. I am sharing very, very deep thoughts with you. My mother is dead. Either she died during that car accident so many years ago, or they may have Sandra Blanded her. I know she did go to jail one night for stealing from her job. And, maybe they could have done something, cloned her or something, but she's dead is basically what it is. Both of my parents, in my opinion, are dead and gone. This is a reality that I accepted years ago. I don't understand grown people who try to use your parents against another grown person. It's like, hun, you do realize that people do grow up. So I believe my mother's dead. Some of y'all got to face that reality that they dead and they ain't coming back. They was there for as long as they could be there for you as a child and as an adult. But once it's time for you know what? I don't know why. Like, I'm wondering if she did die. Like, I'm sitting up here wondering, did she pass away? And then, on some level, I feel like she might be about to. Hopefully, she doesn't take all that hatred into the afterlife. Maybe that's why we released a lot of that. She don't need to take all that hatred into the afterlife. That's sad. That's just real sad. Oh, it was something that was very triggering about that fall promo video that I put up. And every single day I am going to wake up and I am going to say, that the people that are obsessed, they're gonna walk away. So, I think it's sad. And here's the thing: people like my mother and my selfish family, my cousins and them, they don't care about you. They will waste years of your life. Many of these people that allowed themselves to be used by that demon are going to regret it. They gonna regret it. And I'm gonna be fine. I'm always good. You know what I'm saying? But at this point, y'all should realize that narcissist demon that ruins your family does have the power to take over the people that you love. Hell, my son was arguing with me the other day because he didn't want to clean up behind the dogs. That happens. Why would you take it personally? Obviously, I feel that was the way that he was feeling. He was reflecting a lot, because I don't feel that way. I'm a mother. Mothers have to deal with all kind of crap. And then also, your kids can't use you for money. My children are all still, especially my daughters, they are under the age of 18, and they still require my support. So people, I will tell you something: that backwards, warped sense of parenting that a lot of African Americans have. Okay? I send money to my children. They're not using me. Those are my children. I don't understand it. What are you mad? You know what I'm saying? So, people have a really confused view of what's going on. You need to stop embarrassing yourself. Stand up and show some honor and dignity for yourself. Because I've done that. Mike Mills did not put me on my pedestal. He did not put me on my throne. So he can't never pull me down from that. You know what I'm saying? No man can. I don't know why they keep trying. That's the stupidest thing ever. No man can do that. Not even your father. Oh, y'all, I swear. Not even your father can do that to you. I experienced a lot of happiness and joy tonight, though. Like, when the blessings started coming in, y'all, it was a trip. Because at first I felt victimized, but then something took over. Something extremely powerful, way more powerful than that entity. And then, to my mother, a man dumping her, breaking up with her is devastating. With me, honey, I just go on with my life. Especially if you do or say something that's too much to me, I can literally switch off of you like a light switch. I'm very, very resilient. My father broke up with my mother, and she has been hell bent on destruction of her own life ever since. And it's just really sad. So you got to be stronger than that as a woman. Move on with your life. You done created negative relationships with your kids, your daughter, because this man don't want to be with you. Yeah. If a man says, I don't want to be with you, then okay. I'm not gonna, stalk my children and, say crazy stuff to them, I'm not even gonna lie to you. I wish I had a better mother. I did. I do. I wish. It sucks. But here's the thing that Mike Mills doesn't realize, hon. You do know that I can meet somebody that has never talked to any of those people. You do realize that. For some reason, for years, Mike would run around and go, don't nobody want you, and da 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 da. We all knew that was a lie because he wanted me, right? He did that for years. Did it for years. You know, at this point, I can decide to move on to somebody else, and you just gonna be in the club of the rejected. I don't think you want to be in my mama's club of victims. I don't think you want to do that. I'm just saying, because I've seen many of them. These people, y'all, and I did try to get rid of that Black Widow enchantment. I did. Y'all, it was like, okay, for some reason, spider webs, I have to clean the house of spider webs like every week. So weird. So, I don't know. You know what? For me, I feel like this. I am the type of person that will forgive, but I'm, literally, he took it too far when he began to talk about the kids again. You took that too far, and you're gonna regret doing that. First of all, he promised that he would never do it again, so he broke a promise, which I don't like that. Second of all, it was for a stupid reason, because that I'm just telling y'all, it was for stupid reasons. It really was. It was all done in vain. None of that. Literally, none of it was meant to do anything but make him look bad. That's all that it was. It was all done to make him look bad. All of it. It didn't make me look bad. What have I done wrong? Exactly. Did I talk about your children? Nope. Did I talk about your mother? Nope. Did I do anything to violate you? Nope. So I'm like, I don't know what these people thought. Like when I told you that I was releasing all this stuff, you should have realized that. I think that they expected me to come on here yelling and screaming and angry and stuff. Man, miss me with all of that. I swear to y'all, and there's really nothing that they can do about it. It really isn't. But the fact that he began to lie and saying all kind of stuff like talking about my son, and I'm giving my son weed and stuff, that's a lie. So he lied about that. We're dealing with the father of lies, though. We're dealing with the devil and demons. We're dealing with people that want loyalty but can't show it. And really, to be honest with you, I think it was really stupid of him, because I could literally screw him over. Oh my God. I could screw him over so bad. Just spiritually. And he better hopes I forgive him for it, because I ain't decided yet. I could really, really, really bring a lot of disaster into his life for what he did. Good Lord. Put my children in danger. You tried to put my reputation on the line. You were commingling with my enemies. I could do a lot to him because he definitely did do some serious violations. Do I feel that it's worth it? Not really. To be honest with you, you know, and I personally feel like it's not worth it. And I think that he should have taken the high road. It was disappointing that he couldn't take the high road. It was very disappointing. Very. That he would stoop that low. That was low. Okay. And I'm wondering if he collected any donations on that because I've got my own way of interfering with all of that. They're not allowed to collect a feasible amount of donations by talking about me. And if you do, it ain't gonna last long. So, I'm not the demon of anything. I'm the goddess of prosperity. So if anything, the reason why these people always have my name in their mouth is because they're trying to manifest money and they don't know how to do it within themselves. Okay. Why they would choose to stay ignorant is the same reason why some people would choose to stay in the matrix. I've got so many bigger fish to fry, it's not even funny. I have had the pleasure of meeting so many amazing people besides this guy. It's like for some reason he thinks he's the only one. Like he's just like, no, but like even when we were dating, he would always tell me, no, don't nobody want you but me and stuff like that. Dude, you're kidding yourself. You're honestly kidding yourself when you say that. I don't know, I know that I'm not angry. I think it's sad. I really do hope that he doesn't walk around and carry that anger with him. Good Lord. Don't do it because you an old man. That shit can kill you. Don't hold that in. You better let that go, especially when it's a fake beef. Literally, he's upset for nothing. It's not even real. Look, this is how you can tell it's a fake beef. When you really ain't did nothing to that person. So I really do hope that he, sleeps whatever that was off and that he comes to his senses. Because he's being judged right now. Like, y'all don't realize that during this process of when you have been judging me, you have been the one that actually has been under judgment. You can't judge me. I do everything in alignment with my spirits, so you can't never judge me. First of all, you don't have a lot of these people. There's not too many people that do have that power to judge me. It's not hardly anybody. The only thing that has been happening is that spirits have been judging him. You got judged. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I'm telling y'all what I know. All of your little petty relationships and your marriages and your associations, y'all better let that petty stuff go. This is the spirit realm we're talking about. It would have been much better for him to cool it, not lose his temper, and be righteous. So it would have been much, much better on him. It's not going to be easy on him now. And it's not supposed to. That's the reason why his address got dropped by all of his little friends that he trusted. And, instead of him realizing, he blamed me for his address being dropped, and he was stupid enough to believe, they were calling him saying that I dropped his address. For some reason, he believed it, even though I didn't have his address. It's just so bizarre. So, y'all know how that is. These little silly boys, you know what? I'm gonna tell you something. How I feel about men. They can even be in their 50s and still be extremely immature. But it's time for him to grow up. Because I think he's got some stuff that he needs to do spiritual wise. He's not in the best of health right now. When I met him originally, and I'm talking about you. Yes, I am. Mike, I'm talking about you, hon, because you talked about me. So I got the right to talk about you. When I first met him, his eyes were brown. He looked really, really sick. So a lot of the way that he's looking, y'all notice how he's looking much healthier? That's my handiwork. That's my work. Okay? And there was a reason why, and he's gonna have to apologize to me and my spirits, and that's all it is to it. Otherwise, he's probably gonna continue to get spiritually attacked and be made a fool out of by a bunch of women who are not attracted to him, who don't care about him. Then women don't care about him. They don't. He's just the vessel to be used. And they don't even give him his dignity. You think that, and then, wait a minute, hold on, Des Lunik, I hope you listening right now. Did you actually say to me that I'm supposed to give him his dignity or something? Man, he need to give his dignity to himself. What the hell are you talking about? He did that on his own. The fact that all of y'all, any of y'all that were in there co-signing, you are all enablers and y'all on my shit list. You shouldn't be enabling that type of behavior. Y'all set that boy back spiritually a couple of years. Hopefully he'll catch up, like within the next 24 hours. Okay? Doesn't matter if he's been to prison before. It doesn't matter if he's had a bad relationship with a woman before. When the spirit realm wants to use you, they are. And Mike owes my spirits a lot. So, for some reason he thinks that this is a game, but it's really honestly not. Like I said, when I first saw Mike, his kidneys were getting ready to shut down. And they still are. He literally sits around that house and he drinks, and he does not drink water at all. And I even asked him the other day, I said, why haven't you drinking any water? Or are you trying to kill yourself? And he said, yeah. So I know that he's going to be okay, because he's got spirits that are looking out for him, because, they don't want him to do that to himself. But for some reason, he became suicidal. You know it. I ain't going to tell all the other stuff you told me about your family, but I'm going to talk about that so that they can know what we're dealing with. And you got to get yourself together. Anytime you drinking and drinking and drinking and you're not drinking any water, you are suicidal, you need to check yourself into the nearest alcohol recovery centers. What you need to do when you get to the point where all you do is drink and you don't get no water content in your body and you're not flushing that stuff out, that means that at that point your addiction has gotten so bad that you need some help. And I know you need some help. Okay? So, you know how they say a drunk ain't shit? Well, then when them spirits hit you, but they gonna work on them, they gonna get them together. And I'm the good guy. I'm the one that picked him up out of the black sector. I'm the one that pulled him out of that sector because that's what he wanted. And that's what he still wants. So you can go on there and lie, make up stories, but I'm going to come on here and tell the truth. Yeah, I am worried about you. Even though I didn't like you the first few years that I knew you, Mike, I'm very, very worried about your personal well-being right now. Because all of those people, maybe except for Des Lunick, all of those people that you were shucking and jiving for in the chat want you dead. Every last one of them. You see what I'm saying? None of those people actually care about your well-being. I don't know about Des Lunick. I don't know. But I know that Kat, Tina, along with a few other ones of them, they don't care about you. The reason why you continue to be codependent on these people is because you're not showing yourself any self-love. So why would I expect you to have love and loyalty for me when you won't even show it for yourself, dude? You on there calling people stupid and all that stuff. Ain't nobody stupid but you. But see, he reflects out to me a lot. He does it all the time. He can't tell the difference between me and him. I don't know why he does that or how he does that. He did tell me that he was my twin flame. That could be what that is. But, there's help for you out there. You do need to get some help, Mike. Since you have blocked my number from calling you, and this is the only way to communicate this with you. Somebody hexed you, and do I think it was Tina? No, I don't think Tina has any power. None. Do I believe that it was my mother? Damn right. Do I believe that it might have been my ex? Damn right. Do I believe that Kat had something to do with it? Yeah. You think that woman cares about you? Like, just because somebody give you money, they don't care about you. Just because somebody gives you money, just gives it to you. You got to ask yourself, if something is just being given to you or offered to you, what is the cost? So, I don't know what you were thinking when you did that, but you were not thinking. Because at the end of the day, I am still your spirit guide, Mike. And you know it. You know I'm your spirit guide because you would come to me sometimes and ask me for spells, didn't you? And you've admitted this to me, that you know that you need some spiritual help. You know it, and I know it, and everybody else knows it. The help that I can give you can only go so far. You got to help yourself. We all know that you are miserable in that situation that you are in. You are getting no love, actually, from that situation that you're in. And I'm not talking about online, with that too. That too. You'll die without love. Everybody will. Nobody, There's no life force that is human that can survive off of no love. And at a time when you needed love and I needed protection, that's what we gave to each other. I gave you love, unconditional love and forgiveness that you had literally been missing at least the past 10, 15, 20, 30, 40 years of your life. And you will always be in debt to me for that. Okay? Because at that moment that I did link up with you, you was near the end. You were literally like, God only knows what would have happened to you if I had not have came into your life. You know what? That's something that I feel good about. I think that what you need to do, Mike, number one, you need to start doing good. You need to get out of the black sector, quit making videos to the black sector, stop associating with those people. Number one, stop listening to them. Take your own advice. Okay? Take your own advice, Mike. Stop listening to them people. Stop talking to them. Apologize to me and my family. You're going to have to. You don't have a choice. Otherwise, it's going to eat you alive. And then you're going to be right back in that same situation that you was in when I met you. You know, and me and Mike do have a lot of chemistry with each other. It was really very electric the same night, the night that we met. It was almost like meeting like a familiar soul. So I don't hate you, Mike. I actually love you a lot. God, I love you so much. But if you don't have that love for yourself, then I would just be literally pouring love into an empty vessel with, and you know what I'm saying? So you got to get that together. You know, you're going to have to apologize. I'm not going to apologize to you. You definitely have to apologize. You can either do it publicly and privately. You need to do both. Because I'm not responsible for what my spirits do to you. And I don't even want to hear it. Because they will start to mess with you. That's why everybody always be talking about, y'all know when people be calling me a stalker, I don't be stalking people, my spirits be stalking people. My spirits will keep your ass up all night. People will have a consciousness of me and then they'll say, she's stalking me. It's like, no, hun. My spirits is watching you. So I'm sorry, hun. I don't care who you hooking up with or whatever one of them women you trying to hook up with, you still owe me an apology because I didn't deserve that. I don't care if I put a picture up of you or not. There was nothing wrong with the pictures. And I told you that. I told you that. One of them little nasty, one of them little crazy women over there probably said, "Oh, you look ugly in those pictures." And he listens to them. Why listen to your enemies? They're not giving you any kind of clue. That's why they call them an enemy. Your enemies are going to always have something negative to say about you. Those pictures were gorgeous. Okay? So, I don't know what your problem was, but I'll be waiting for an apology. You know? That's not to say that I'm gonna automatically hook back up with you or nothing like that, but you do need to apologize. I don't care how evil you think you are. You, you look, I done had many evil people apologize to me. I don't care. I don't care how hardcore you think you are. That's not what's happening over here, hon. You go and you give that kind of judgment to somebody that deserves it, not to somebody that doesn't deserve it. Okay? That's just what it is. Because that was a lot of misplaced anger. He does have a tendency to take his anger out on me. You know. You go and this is what I want to say. Do you not have any consciousness of how horrible that makes you look as a man? Do you not realize that you literally need to apologize for everything you've done? For saying that you were going to pee in a 5-year-old child's mouth? You need to humble yourself, Mike Mills, and apologize to all of the people that you have hurt. And then after that, you can do some missionary work is what you need to do. Because, don't you care about your kids being affected? You realize that all of this evil that you're doing to other people, your kids are going to pay for it. They always do, because it gets passed down. I know you don't trust me or believe me, but I mean, it's the truth. I guess you can listen to whatever suits your agenda, but the reality of it is that you have to apologize to those people that you hurt. Least of all me. I'm sorry, not least of all, but especially me. You got to apologize to me. And then never do anything like that again, because that was pitiful. It was. It wasn't even, it did not look good at all for you. So, But you know what? It's funny how men, and let me just tell y'all something else. Whenever they do stuff like this, see, Mike knows that I'm about to move, y'all. He knows that I'm about to move. It ain't nothing they can do to prevent me from moving. We're moving. We're definitely moving. So I can see that had like a factor in it because, they have this obsession, whatever. It's like, dude. So what they think is they're going to come out and do something embarrassing and, I'm supposed to feel some damn type of way. And, whenever these men are doing things like that, they, literally the intent was to try to make it look like I'm weak or my spells don't work. Listen, that don't have nothing to do with this. I don't care. You can be the most powerful practitioner. You can have a man act like a freaking idiot. You can be the most powerful practitioner and still have a man act like he's stupid. So you men don't control nothing. I don't know why you did that, but we've already sent all that negative intent back to you. Whatever embarrassment that you were trying to cause me, it's only going to be your problem. It's not going to be my problem. And if you are actually married, then that would mean that you are an adulterer. Okay? And then you lied about being married. So, y'all, these men, they act like little boys and they think they're doing something. Mike and Tina and whoever else, my mother, whoever else. What makes you think that people would lose respect for me? You know, literally, people been lost respect for you. That's the reality of it. Okay? So, you know what I'm saying? And I don't have to see everything coming. You know what they'll say? What they'll say? They'll say, well, did you see this coming in the cards? Well, yeah, of course I did. Who cares? These people act like something happened and it's supposed to be the damn end of the world. Girl, bye. I'm done in this tub, y'all. I stayed in there until the water was cold. So, anyway, y'all, now we got to get back to living real life now. Now that we've gotten the internet crap out of the way, you know, now that we've done all of that, y'all will be seeing a video with him apologizing to me. Just to let y'all know, though. Just for his sake. Okay? Just for his sake. And Mike, hun, I'm going to say this to you one more time. Just because I have a bad relationship with my mother doesn't mean that I don't have protection. Okay? You know what I'm saying, boo? Gotta stop thinking like a little kid and grow up. You needed to hear this lecture for real. That's why it came up. Anyway, y'all, I gotta go. I'm about to lay down and watch a movie and eat me a snack. Y'all have a good one. Y'all will be getting that apology video from him because my spirits is already working on him. You know, we don't operate that way like that because, you know, my spirits will start to do stuff to you. They will. Especially when you slight me or when you do stuff, you know. Then you try to embarrass me on my job. Same thing that black men seem to do. Sad, but you know, it's the reality of dealing with y'all because y'all don't know your own power, and a lot of you, many of you are under mind control. So there's no black man that can ever make any black woman look bad. I just want y'all to know that as well. Okay, you are not our fathers. You have absolutely nothing to do with that. The only person that you can do harm to is yourself. So black men don't have that kind of power. They don't. They wish that they did, which is sad. Like, you know, because, you know, at the end of the day, I ain't never had to sue nobody yet because I ain't lost not one dime. And Tina, for some reason, you think that people ain't going to work with me as a client. Girl, you got to sit down. Y'all all got to sit down and be humble. Period. I'll see y'all later. Love and light.